Hi, and good morning from our final day in Pensacola, Florida. Myself and Brennan are flying back to Orlando tonight, so this is our final day. We fly out in the later part of the afternoon, so we're gonna go to church with the family this morning, maybe grab some lunch, come back here, maybe play a few games, and then head to the airport a little bit later. And here we are. We've made it to the church that I grew up going to with my parents and my brothers. We're heading inside the sanctuary right here. I have a lot of memories here. I did Boy Scouts here and just so many different things. All right, so we are all done with the service. Right now we're heading downstairs to our old Boy Scout room, but I spent a very good portion of my childhood in here in my middle school and high school years performing on this stage right here. A lot of good memories. All right, so we're in the scouting room right now. Looks like they're doing some work in here, but there's Travis, there's me, and then there's Dennis. All Eagle Scouts right here in this room. Hopefully they have this, or they're gonna finish this up and put this back up on the wall at some point.
I forget how far this goes back, but here's one from 1959.
Oh, this goes all the way back to like the 20s or earlier. I wish I could explore a little bit more because being here does bring back a lot of memories from the past. Wasn't it nice being back here, Dennis?
Yeah.
Added some lights out here, looks like.
Everybody in and buckled and ready?
We're buckled and ready.
Wait, chow time in my fat pants?
I think we're heading off to chow time for our final meal in Pensacola, myself and Brennan. It was pretty cool to get to come back here.
From the bottom of my heart.
You're welcome.
Coming to church with me this morning.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Margot.
A lot of memories here for sure.
Exactly, somewhat normal.
Alright, so we made it to chow time, which is where we're gonna have lunch. It's one of our favorite places to eat in Pensacola. It's a delicious buffet. Somewhere else that I'd love to check out is way over here, a place called TBS Comics, where way back in the day we used to get Pokemon cards from. So I wonder if they'd have some right now. It's in a area that actually used to be a Blockbuster, which is bringing back a lot of memories too. We have not been to a buffet in over a year, so this is a pretty monumental day today. I'm very excited. You have to wear gloves now to get food, which is pretty interesting. All right, working on plate number 2 now. You guys having a good time at the buffet? Yes? Yeah? How are you doing?
I'm good.
All right, and a little dessert later, and I think we'll be heading out here pretty soon. All right, so we are all done with lunch, and myself and Brennan and Dennis walked over to TBS Comics. This is a new location for it, but I'm excited to see what this place looks like after 15 years, maybe. Okay, so we're inside TBS Comics right now. I spent a good amount of time here back when it was in its old location. We played Pokemon here way back in the day. I have a distinct memory of someone pulling a Charizard.
All these ticket to rides.
Whoa, those are a lot of ticket to rides. But I remember somebody pulling a Charizard in TBS Comics, which was a really, really cool memory. Back here's where they did and continue to do the tournaments, the card tournaments. I remember playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Here as well. I do have some Pokemon right over here, so I am tempted. They have some of these battle decks like I bought a little while ago, and then they do have some individual packs right here. This isn't the most popular pack that's out right now, but they do have cards, which is a pretty big deal. Then they have some Yu-Gi-Oh! Stuff as well up there behind the counter. Man, I remember when they would just sell Pokemon packs behind the counter. Those were the days. Okay, so we made it back home. We did not end up getting anything from TBS Comics because I already have all of these that I wanted to use, so I think I'm gonna try to use this Charizard deck versus my mom using one of these decks right here. And then also this morning I was going through a bunch of Dennis's old cards he brought up for me to go through them, and we found this. This is a Blaine's Charizard, and this one is actually super significant because Dennis, he pulled this from a Pokemon pack a long time ago, and a little while ago I edited a bunch of home movies for my dad, and I think that I actually found a home movie recording for that. So I'm gonna go ahead and set this up downstairs, and if I can find that clip, I'm gonna go and put it in right here.
It amazes me. He knows all those dumb things. Pokemon characters.
Even the Japanese,
Awesome.
you know, the Chikorita and Togepi, and they know all those names.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Well, it's good to have a common ground, something we're all interested in.
Oh, yeah. They all understand and all enjoy.
Yeah.
They can hardly wait.
Whoa! Charizard!
What did you
I'm
get?
glad you got that. Yeah.
Whoa! Wait,
You
Dennis!
better lock that one up.
That's
Dennis.
right.
All right, so right now we are playing a
Able
double
to-
game of
Okay.
a Pokemon.
Should I grab
Travis
that one?
versus Dennis right over here, and then myself versus Mom. And then we're gonna have to go to the airport pretty fast.
This is fun.
All right, so we are done playing Pokemon. My mom beat me and Travis beats Dennis, but it was a fun game to play nonetheless for everybody involved. We are heading to the airport now. Our flight is in about an hour. It's a very small airport, so we should be okay with time, but still always get a little bit stressed heading to the airport. But leaving the bedroom now, the very newly refurbished bedroom that my mom has been working very hard on. Okay, so we made it to Pensacola International Airport. We may have had a potential change of plans here in terms of how we're actually getting to Orlando due to some canceled flights. But we're gonna talk to them once we get through security and see what we can do about potentially getting a quicker flights. All right, so we made it to the end of the concourse, the terminal over here. This is gonna be our gates. And now we're heading to Charlotte. So our connecting flight's gonna be in Charlotte instead of Miami because the connecting flight from Miami to Orlando was canceled. All right, so there's our new plane right there for Charlotte, North Carolina, which is kind of funny because Travis and Christine recently moved to Raleigh, North Carolina. So we're heading up there and then down to Orlando. I think we're gonna be boarding here in about 15 to 20 minutes. And then we'll be on our way to Charlotte. So that'll be fun. Okay, so our plane's about to board, so we're gonna grab some snacks real quick to bring with us onto the flight. Potentially just some drinks and some candies, some gummy bears or some chips and whatnot. It's kind of fun. So this is the little shop that I've brought Vernon a Pensacola shirt back whenever I've come to Pensacola before. Yeah, right here. Well, at least one of the times. All right, so here we are getting on the plane heading to Charlotte, North Carolina. This was a very interesting development in our flight experience today, but we'll get back to Orlando at some point. All right, so we made it onto the plane. Vernon, would you like to show off the snacks that we got?
Oh, our little snack haul.
Yeah.
We've got Gardettos.
Okay. Those are for me.
We got these bad boys.
Chris.
Love a good urban cheese flavor. And then just to shake things up, some soft-filled bites for airheads. And then to top it all off, the classic sour bright crawlers.
Nice. It's starting to rain outside right now, so hopefully that doesn't impact our departure. We've already been a little too impacted today.
Been impacted already.
Yes, we have. Okay, so it's a little bit over an hour until we get to Charlotte, so I'm gonna do some editing, probably on videos that we've done on this trip. But first, I brought all of these Pokemon packs all the way to Pensacola, so I'm gonna go there with just one of them. So I'm gonna shovel them up and I'm gonna choose one random Pokemon pack. I'm gonna open it up and see if I get something exciting. Are you ready? Here I am opening up Pokemon cards, 20,000 feet in the air. Has this ever been done before? Probably. Cool. I did it. Yay, Pokemon cards. So right down there, we're about to land in Charlotte. There's a theme park. Look at that. That's pretty cool. Alright, so we just got off the plane right there. Now we are heading into the terminal to catch our next flight over to Orlando. Hooray! So we have about an hour and a half until our next flight takes off, which means we have about an hour until we board. So we have just that amount of time to grab some food. So now we just need to find a place that's actually open where we can have dinner because it's around 9 o'clock. Right now it's a little bit late. Our flight takes off at 10:30 and then we get into Orlando a little bit after midnight. Hopefully this gate is not across the entire airport in a different concourse, like the one in Miami was. Okay, so according to this sign, the main terminal is straight ahead as well as the individual concourses. So I think that's going to be the distinction there. So the concourses are where the gates are, and then the main terminal is where the security check is, and I guess where ticketing and baggage check would probably be. Okay, so we made it over to our concourse, which means our gate's going to be a little bit further down. Here we're heading down just to make sure and verify that this is our gate to Orlando, so we know that we're actually going home tonight. And then we'll probably head back to grab some food back there. Okay, hooray! That is our gate. We are going home to Orlando today.
Don't jinx it, please.
I won't, I'm sorry. Okay, we're gonna head back this way to a food court we saw a little bit further back here, and then grab some dinner. Okay, let's see what we can find for dinner in here. Seems like a few options that are still open currently this evening. So it looks like we are eating dinner at Bojangles, because I'm pretty sure that it's the only restaurant open, maybe not in the entire airport, but at least in our vicinity. So hooray, we're gonna have chicken and biscuits. All right, and about 45 minutes later, we have our food. We got our biscuits, mac and cheese, mashed potatoes, and some chicken here. They were pretty much out of absolutely everything. So this is what they had left, and I'm excited to try it out. I don't think I've ever been to Bojangles. All right, so we decided to head back to our gate. I got a notification that the flight was delayed a little bit, but I wanted to make sure, just to make sure we actually get on this flight to Orlando. So we're probably gonna hang out here for a little bit, and then hopefully board in about 45 minutes. All right, so it's delayed until about 11 o'clock at night. So we are boarding our flight for Orlando right now. We are gonna get back home very, very late tonight. Here we are about to board the plane for the final leg of our adventure today. Finally, hopefully, back to Orlando. All right, so we made it on our flight to Orlando. But Brendan and myself are sitting next to each other across the aisle. How romantic, right? At least we're gonna get there. I don't know you. So I'm in the lavatory. We are currently in here. It's about an hour from Charlotte to Orlando. I think we're about halfway there. Hopefully we get there soon. It's almost midnight. Right now we still have to shuttle to the car and drive all the way back home. So we're gonna get home very, very late. Here we are. We made it to Orlando. It is very, very late right now. That is well past midnight. But here we are. I don't believe it. We made it back. So it looks like we were not the only ones with either a canceled or delayed flight back there.
Does not look like a happy group.
There are a lot of people back there. Wow. Now it's time to head to the automated people mover and take this all the way back to the main terminal from our console, and then head all the way down to the shuttle, presuming that it's still running this late.
Do you remember where you put your shuttle information?
I do. But it depends if it's actually still running. Hopefully it is. And then we can head back to the car in the economy parking lot and then drive all the way home. But we're gonna pick up Arlo tonight, but we're gonna have to do that tomorrow.
Yep.
All right, we made it back to the main terminal through the automated people mover. Now we just need to head downstairs to try to find the shuttle to take it back to the car. I'm talking very slowly because my brain is it's just moving so fast right now, you know? Okay, so we're on the right side for the shuttle. I'm presuming that it's still running because there's a good amount of people that are still here right now. So we just need to go find it, wait for it, and then head back to the car. Probably gonna get home really, really late, but today was quite an adventure, that's for sure, right?
Yeah.
The baggage claim is right up there, but we are heading down to the very, very first level to take our shuttle. I'm still just thinking about today, just how incredible. Didn't even potentially possibly presume that we were gonna wake up this morning and then somehow end up in North Carolina eating Bojangles fried chicken and biscuits.
At 10 o'clock at night.
Okay, so we went a little bit too far down, so now we're backtracking a little bit and then heading up to the shuttle to go home, hopefully, at some point today. All right, and we came up the stairs, and according to this little piece of paper that they gave us when we showed up, they're gonna pick us up right here, and the shuttle service is 24 hours. And this might be them right here. It is! Yay! Let's go home! And here we go, we're heading back to the economy lots. Yay! It's been such a long day. I'm so excited to get home. This looks pretty familiar because I was just editing this on the plane from our first day. And here we are on our final day. That's fun, right? All right, you ready to head home?
Yes.
And at 1:30 in the morning, we have made it back to our home in Orlando, Florida. This was a whirlwind of a trip. We were only in Pensacola for a few days, but it feels like we were there for quite a long time. And then today in particular felt like an absolute eon.
Yeah.
But it was kind of fun.
Yeah, it was a little adventure. We took a small detour to Charlotte.
What ended up happening is that we did end up missing the first flight. We were right outside the window of that flight when they closed the check-in window, but our second flight, which would have gone to Miami, was canceled. So it was already a little bit up in the air anyway, so we went to Charlotte and then to Orlando, which ended up being a little bit more of a guaranteed experience anyway, so we may have actually lucked out by not going to Miami. It's weird, but we made it home. And honestly, we made it home around when we would have anyway if we had to go pick up Arlo and then bring him back home. We're gonna pick him up tomorrow morning or tomorrow afternoon, but we'll pick him up at some point.
Shout out to my mom and dad. Thanks for hanging on to him an extra day. I'm sure you're not too mad about it.
And the cats are both doing fine right now, but we are gonna head to bed because we both work tomorrow. So that's gonna be just a lot of fun. So thank you for hanging out with us on our trip to Pensacola, Brennan's first trip. Did you have a good time?
I had a great time.
It was awesome.
It was perfect.
And I hope we can go back a lot in the future together, and it was just so cool getting to see Travis and Dennis and Christine and Margo and my parents and going to the beach. It was a blast.
Yeah.
All right, well, we'll see you soon. Have a great day, and goodbye.
Bye.